healthcare is not a technological experience, it's a human one. And if you want to be truly patient-centered, you have to begin with the humanity of that clinical encounter and realize this is a longitudinal relationship. So one of the challenges of our system, and earlier your question regarding standardization is one that resonated well because it begins with the very parts of the healthcare experience. How do patients get into the hospital? It's a fairly stereotypical process. When we look at an electronic health record, there's nothing unique about how an electronic health record presents a person. In fact, you've stripped away the human and emotional richness of that individual to capture into bits and pieces that are very good from a compliance point of view what it is that we're about to do next. And I think that when you realize that human experience of fear, concern, uncertainty, these are things that if we don't address them in a repetitive, consistent, humanizing, ennobling way, we've created a healthcare experience that's already been stripped away of some of the most valuable core components from its inception.
So, standardized medicine and personalized care. I think we need to rewrite the relationship between these two thoughts, okay? And I think COVID-19, this pandemic, has taught us that if we don't recognize their coexistence, we are not helping ourselves, we are not helping our community, we are not helping our patients. I would argue I want to be treated by a physician who has cultural competency and clinical competency and not either. So I think these are things we can do to reduce the disparity. And you know what's encouraging is that there are things already in the works.
The delivery systems of the future need to be designed around the patient. And if there's ever a time when lightning speed transformation has occurred in my lifetime, it's this COVID era. You know, everything has been changed to be virtual, to be based at home, and we need to learn from that. You know, and there are very few people who have reimagined healthcare in the ways that I think it needs to look in the future. I think the reason healthcare hasn't changed is that people don't have a sense of urgency around the need for change. And I think that it's really important as leaders that we create that urgency of need. And I think COVID will precipitate and catalyze that change. Or we need to recognize ourselves as healthcare leaders that the system's not working and create that sense of urgency for change.